Have you ever wanted to make money so badly, but you had no money, no connections, and no opportunities? Most people believe success starts with money, but sometimes success starts with an idea. Today's story is about a 16-year-old boy who had nothing except a recipe and the courage to see value where others saw garbage. Peter stood quietly in the kitchen staring at the empty cupboard. Behind him, his mother slowly counted their last few coins with trembling hands. In the corner, his little sister Emma was asleep on a thin blanket. Even in her sleep, her stomach growled. It had been 3 months since Peter's father died in a coal mine accident. Since that day, everything had fallen apart. Peter's father was different from other miners. Most miners came home tired and silent, but Peter's father came home, tied an apron around his waist, and started cooking. Soon the small kitchen would fill with the smell of vegetables, herbs, and warm soup. He always told Peter, "Cooking is an art, son." He taught Peter how to chop onions, mix flavors, and turn simple ingredients into something special. Their soup recipe had been passed down from Peter's grandfather. It was their family's treasure, but now that treasure felt useless. For 3 months, the family survived on corn from their small garden and stale bread. One evening, Peter's mother whispered, "We have enough bread for tomorrow." Her voice cracked. But after that, I don't know. Peter clenched his fists. He was only 16, but he felt responsible for everything. He tried finding work, but every place told him the same thing. No experience, no skills, no job. That night, Peter couldn't sleep. He walked through the quiet streets of the town. Behind Mr. Davidson's grocery store, he noticed several boxes. They were filled with carrots, tomatoes, and peppers. Some were bruised, some were wilted. All of them were about to be thrown away. Suddenly, Peter remembered something his father once said. "Ingredients don't need to be perfect, Peter. They just need respect." And right there in the dark alley, an idea was born. Before sunrise the next morning, Peter knocked on the grocery store door. Mr. Davidson opened it. "What do you want, boy?" Peter pointed at the vegetable boxes. "The vegetables you throw away, can I take them?" The grocer shrugged. "You want garbage?" Peter shook his head. "No, sir. I want to turn it into something valuable." The grocer shrugged. "Take whatever you want." Peter spent the whole day sorting vegetables. He carefully cut away the bad parts and saved everything good. His mother watched him, confused. "Peter, what are you doing?" Peter smiled. "I'm making Papa's soup." Tears filled his mother's eyes. "But we don't have money for ingredients." Peter replied, "I don't need money. I just need Papa's recipe." Peter borrowed a large pot from a neighbor. He collected wild herbs from the hillside, just like his father had shown him. That night he began cooking. He sautéed the vegetables slowly. He added herbs at the perfect moment. Then he let the soup simmer gently. Soon the entire house filled with a warm, familiar smell. Emma awoke and smiled. "It smells like Papa," she whispered. For the first time in months, there was hope in the house. The next morning, Peter poured the soup into old glass jars he had collected and cleaned. Then he carried the pot to the town square. He lit a small fire and kept the soup warm. Beside the pot, he placed a small sign that said, "First bowl free. If you like it, pay what you think it's worth." People walked by suspiciously. Finally, an elderly woman named Mrs. Smith stopped. Peter served her a bowl. She tasted one spoonful, then another. Her eyes widened. "This is delicious," she said. She placed 2 coins in the jar. Soon others came. A blacksmith tried it, a carpenter tried it, a young mother bought 2 jars for her children. Even Mr. Davidson tasted it and couldn't believe the soup came from vegetables he had thrown away. By afternoon, the pot was empty. Peter had earned enough money to buy fresh vegetables, bread, and milk. But Peter didn't stop there. He asked elderly neighbors, "I'll take care of your garden if I can keep some vegetables." They agreed.
Soon, Peter had plenty of ingredients. His mother helped cook, Emma helped serve customers, and people kept coming back. Within 6 months, Peter opened a small shop. It was called Peter's Kitchen. One evening, Peter noticed a hungry boy staring through the window. The boy looked just like Peter had months before. Peter walked outside and handed him a bowl of soup. "Come back tomorrow," Peter said. "I'll teach you something." "What?" the boy asked. Peter smiled. Sometimes success doesn't start with money. It starts with an idea. Peter finally understood something important. His father hadn't left him money, but he had left him something far more valuable: wisdom. Because poverty is not the absence of money. Poverty is the absence of ideas, and ideas cost nothing. If this story inspired you, remember this: your breakthrough might begin with one simple idea. Subscribe to Plus English Tales, where stories don't just teach English, we teach life.